giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the Akim out there doing the work of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, in truth, faith, and in sincerity. This is Brother Tazapai here with more prophecy in the news, and I have a quick video that I'm going to play, and without any further ado, we're going to get right into it, okay? And what this video is going into is the same thing that I've been saying for the past 15 years when it comes to Revelation 13 verses 16 through 18, that Motb, which we're going to get into, all right? And what my teachers at Great Millstone, from the apostles on down, have been teaching. Same thing. And that, the apostles going back, the head apostle Tahar, almost 40 years now. All right? They've been saying the same thing. We've been given more info in the spirit to see this thing even clearer in these final of the last days. All right? We've been given even more information to confirm our beliefs as truth. And so now we see this thing razor clear with a laser-like focus. We can see what this prophecy of Revelation, the 13th chapter, is speaking of. Okay? But it never hurts, all right, to have, an outside source, especially one that's in the know or juiced in, as we say. So this is coming from one who's juiced in. So let's get into it.
Bill Gates said on Reddit, and I'll quote here, "Eventually we will have some digital certificates to show who's a recovered person and who's been tested recently, or when we have a vaccine, who has received it. Are mandatory vaccines coming in the future?"
So Bill Gates, and you've seen many other countries say they want to make sure that you're vaccinated. They don't trust you. They don't trust your doctor. They don't trust the medical establishment. So they wanted to make sure. And so it's been proposed that every human on the planet will get their own ID, and they will get their own way of being scanned so that there's no way of anyone lying or not telling the truth about if they're vaccinated or not. So let me tell you again, they don't trust the paper certificates. They don't trust somebody writing this. They don't trust you. They don't trust anybody. They want to have proof that your body...
I'm sorry, Salakia, hang on just a minute. They don't trust us. The niggas who come strictly to steal, kill, and destroy, they don't trust us. And maybe it's because of their very nature of being thugs and lowlifes and goddamn criminals. But ain't that about a bitch? The murderer, the rapist, the pedophile, they don't trust us. Or the pedophiles, they don't trust us. You see, and this is why judgment needs to come, man. This world is so out of order that it's scary. And certain people would rather believe a lie in that spirit of cipher of the matrix. They would rather believe a lie than to deal with the truth, because the truth is so beyond. I mean, if you was to write it, people would say, oh, that's fiction. But here it is, we're living this shit. This is non-fiction. We're living it. The goddamn crooks and criminals don't trust us. But then again, yes, that's the nature of a criminal. Okay? But that's to let you know the psyche of these people, man. The mental state. These people are what's that term? Shit, it slipped my mind at the moment. But they're not right, okay? They're not right. And when I say these people, I'm talking about the ruling elite, okay? These Edomites at the top. But all you Edomites, I mean, y'all all would put here to be the wicked. But you really got to have a mental disorder to be wicked. Anyway, man, listen to the rest of this.
has been vaccinated. So the idea is to take something that can scan over you. Ultimately, that's where we're headed, that every human will be scanned like a product, like a barcode, like a thing in the store. And you will be given an ID.
And I wonder how they're going to pull that off. How are they going to scan everyone? You know? You got to have some type of device in you to be scanned, to be read. So I wonder how they're going to pull this off. Maybe they'll do it with a trade embargo. Or maybe they have some kind of special device that reads sin and can just read your thoughts and go into the memories and see that you sinned. I wonder how they're going to do this.
It'll just be a number. That number will stand, and that barcode or that tattoo will stand for everything. It will be your cryptocurrency, your credit cards. It will tell your identity.
I got to stop it again. It will be your cryptocurrency. You see how in the conversation, she doesn't even mention money. That's being removed. Money is being removed from your lexicon. Okay? Pay attention how these people talk. It'll be your cryptocurrency. Right? Because everything has gone digital now. Everything has gone digital as far as, how you purchase things, how you make purchases, how you get your paycheck, how you get paid every week, how you pay stuff, how you pay your bills. It's all done digitally. The only thing that's going to be different is that they're just going to go to a digital currency. It's going to be a digital currency, and it will be kept, like she said. It doesn't make sense for it to be a number. She's talking around it. It doesn't make no sense for it to be a number, and it will be a stamp we'll get into that. A form of a stamp, not a stamp. It'll be a form of a stamp. All right? But she's talking around the actual thing. All right? The actual prophecy. But what she is talking about is Revelation 13 and 15 and 16. Okay? When it speaks about them creating a likeness or basically recreating the image of the beast, a likeness of the beast. So I'm going to let her finish.
Identity, it will tell all of your medical information, all your sensitive private information. That's the first thing that it will do.
She said,
the second thing that has been proposed, cards, it will tell your identity, it will tell all of your medical information, all your sensitive private information. That's the first thing that it will do. The second thing that has been proposed.
Yes, so it will ID you. It'll be your identification. Everything that makes you, you. This is your ID. She already said it'll be your cryptocurrency, so it'll be linked to your bank account in DigiWorld somewhere in cyberspace, and then it's going to be linked to your medical records. All right, and they're using the guise of these vaccines. All right, the juice, the jump shot. They're using that guise as, basically being a humanitarian ploy. We got to do this so that everyone is safe. Scripture tells us when they should say peace and safety, because it's for your own good that you get these things, or this particular thing. This is for your own good. We're only looking out for our fellow man. And it's all BS. They're bringing in tyranny. They're ushering in a dystopian type future for us, which is a utopian future for them.
Everything. It will be your cryptocurrency, your credit cards. It will tell your identity. It will tell all of your medical information, all your sensitive private information. That's the first thing that it will do. The second thing that has been proposed very shortly, and there's a patent by Microsoft, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, is that with this kind of technology where we can scan a human like a barcode, they'll be able to accumulate all this data from your body. So your thoughts, your emotions, your menstrual cycle, how many times you've had sex, did you brush your teeth, the medicines in your body, did you drink alcohol, how much alcohol, are you lying? There's a lie detector test that's a potential from the biosensors inside of you. It's amazing. Voice inflection, all kinds of things, blood sugar, blood pressure, all those things could be accumulated. And they're telling it it's for your own good, for your benefit, because everything will come and all that information is stored. And where does it go? It doesn't just stay there. It can be wirelessly transmitted. It can go to a smart device. From there, it goes into the 5 or 6G up to a computer central server where it does an algorithm, and then it calculates if you are a good or bad human and how much cryptocurrency or social credits you get. Yes, this is true, and this is at our doorstep. Look up the...
And this is why they push for the vaccine so much. All right. The vaccines laid the foundation for this Motb to work in you to do everything that they wanted it to do. And that's why you had to keep going back to get your boost. All right. You had to keep going back to get your boost, which I said that also is nothing more than upgrades for those who survived. To get the upgrades so that you'll be Motb ready when the shit go down. All right. Remember before all of the digital age, it was the cable age, and you could buy a TV, it was cable ready, meaning it had the box and everything built into the television. You didn't have to get no external nothing. You just screw your cable wire in there, bam, you had everything that you paid for. Well, they had to get you niggas Motb ready with these juices, and that's why they continue and getting ready to come back with more lockdowns and juices for everyone. You understand? So yeah, it's a lot of heavy things, and I was the one called it, and maybe other brothers was on this too. But I said, for everything that they want this chip to do, this was years ago. They're gonna need a storage device, and that's where the cloud comes in. Okay, and all y'all have been uploading stuff to the cloud. All of this is gonna be linked with that. All right, all of the, because they got a profile on you anyway. All of your Facebook photos and DMs and all of that is up in the cloud. But when they get you linked to the cloud, they got a complete profile on you. And you heard us say, all right, and I'm about to get to these scriptures. You heard us say all of your bodily functions, to how much you drink, if you drink, how much you drink, how much sex you have, and all of that will be monitored. Right, that can't be stored. Well, Esau don't have the technology to put all that info on a CHIP the size of a grain of rice. So it's like she said, it'll go to your smart devices, or it's able to be picked up by smart devices, but ultimately it'll go to the supercomputer, which is the cloud, that's going to run all of your info through an algorithm to see whether they need to come through and get your ass and knock you off or lock you up or to let you be. And that's scary. This coming down to computers, a computer, which is Satan, going back to Satan ultimately, but in essence a machine that can dictate whether you live or die. This shit is diabolical, devious, sinister. Let's play the rest, and we're gonna hit this.
There's 2020-06-06-06 for almost every country around the world. Look up Africa and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. They are trying this biometric data, this scanning ability, up to a computer central server where it does an algorithm, and then it calculates if you are a good or a bad human and how much cryptocurrency or social credits you get. Yes, this is true, and this is at our doorstep. Look up these patents. There's 2020-06-06-06 for almost every country around the world. Look up Africa and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. They are trying this biometric data, this scanning ability, on the poor people there as we speak.
Yes, sir. The plan is in play. All right. We are in the last of the last days. This is it. All right. This is it. If you hadn't made a stand, then really you made a stand. If you hadn't made a choice to get with Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai under the apostles of Great Millstone, you done. All right? You done. And if you was in Great Millstone and you fucked off your salvation on some bullshit, all I could tell you is grind out the best that you can. Because we all gonna need some divine intervention when Esau come in. That's why the scriptures say, we're gonna go to the previous chapter and then we'll go to Revelation 13. So Revelation 12:12 says, therefore rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil, all right, not Satan, but his children upon this earth. All right. They're of the biblical lineage of Esau and go by the name, the national name of the Edomites. They're the ones who rule the world. Okay? Oh, you'll know them by their faces being on the world reserve currency. All right? By basically the language that's spoken worldwide in terms of not only business, or when it comes down to doing big business. Why? Because the English, so-called, they're really not the English, but that's the language that they choose, the Edomites. But they chose English, so that's what all nations speak when it comes to doing big business. Aeronautics, you know, to be able to go up in that sky, to call yourself a pilot, you got to know English. All right? And that's why, going back to their previous rulerships, if you're going to be a doctor or a lawyer, you better learn Latin. You know, or else you ain't going to make a good doctor at all. You're going to have to know Latin, because that goes back to the beast. And we're about to get into that. All right. Rome, going back to ancient Rome, they were speaking Latin. All right. It's the reason why they taught us Roman numerals in school. We don't know shit about our own history. And I'm just speaking about as far as American history. You know, we don't know the true American history. A lot of it's been pieced back together, but the shit that they gave us in the public school was not the true American history. But I bet you I know all them Roman numerals. You see, it's a reason behind this, because these are the people that run the earth, the devil. So it says, all right, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. So he's coming with great wrath, okay? Because he knoweth he had but a short time. And so that's why I say, hey, the plan is in play. They're getting ready to move on this thing. All right. And this is the thing that I'm referring to, Revelation chapter 13, verse 15. and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. All right, this beast is in reference to ancient Rome. All right, like I said, they revived, they brought Rome back because those are the same people that was in power. Now we know from history that the so-called white man ruled in Rome. With this being the revised Roman Empire and them making bringing life to the image of that beast, all right, showing you that these are the same people that's in power. The Edomites, the so-called white people. This is why you had to learn Roman numerals. It's why if you're gonna be a doctor and you want to make any money, you got to go through the AMA and you got to know Latin. All the medical terms are in Latin. Same as being a judge or a lawyer, an attorney. You got to know Latin, right? Because they had to bring or give life to the image of the beast, which is ancient Rome. Okay, and it said that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. All right. Now you see how they planning on doing it through algorithms, info recorded and reported to a computer that's gonna say, you know, this man is consuming too much. All right. He's down there having too much fun. A nigga drinking up too much wine. Yeah, they down there smoking that weed. I don't know where they getting it from, but that nigga down there smoking that weed. Send some centurions to go get that nigga. And they gonna put you in re-education, and then the next time your ass is done. If they even give you the first time. Because when they come through on this first run, they're just coming through to kill. I don't know what it's gonna look like or how it's gonna play out. All I have is the scriptures, and we know that he's coming down having great wrath. Isaiah 59 and 20, tells us that when the enemy shall come in as a flood, with 51, 59 and 19. So the Lord didn't say how he was going to do it specifically. We just know what he's going to do. All right, here we go. Isaiah 59 and 19. It says, Isaiah chapter 59, verse 19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy, that same devil, was coming down having great wrath. The blunt of his wrath is going to be directed to the children of the Most High. Hence, the Most High's elect, his perfected, in Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. Now, this scripture right here tells us they're going to be protected. All right, the majority of them. Some will be martyred for the testimony of Yahweh Shah and for his name's sake. All right, and that's the only reason. But let's read it. All right. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. And the Lord lifting up a standard is basically the Most High granting spiritual powers to assist that brother in his time of need, to preserve that brother in his time of distress and duress. Okay, the Lord is going to lift up a standard. That's the standard that he's going to lift up. But it says that's going to be when the enemy shall come in like a flood. So all I'm bringing this out to say is this devil is pissed. He having great wrath. And when he's coming with overwhelming and sweeping force. That's what a flood does. It overwhelms and sweeps everything within its path. All right. There's very little that can stand up to rushing waters, depending on the volume and the force of that water. Water is destructive. And so it's using this metaphor of how the enemy is going to come in, like destructive waters, a flood, an overwhelming force. Okay? But this is what you have to understand. Going back to Revelation 13, verse 15, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. Right? Because the Most High put him in power in the rulership seat because, according to prophecy, Esau, the children of Edom, are the end of the world. All right? And we're at the end of the world. It was also prophesied for us, the children of Israel, or this prophecy goes on to say, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So Esau is the end of this world or this age, this rulership. But Jacob, we, the children of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, are the beginning of the world to come. All right? So it's nothing that this man can do to stop us. He got to get you to stop yourself. Okay? And for the elect, that's not going to happen. But that's his that's always been his strategy, to get you to condemn yourself. All right? So yeah, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. All right? And beast also goes into a system. All right? And this modern day technological system that they're putting in place in this modern day Roman Empire is going to afford them the ability to play God because they have a God complex. Ain't that some shit? The devil has a God complex. All right, but when you know what God means, when you go to the etymon of the word, it's you understand it. God just means power. And of course, the devil also is a power, all right? Or a God. He is a God, but he's a wretch. That's why he hated Jacob for the blessing what Isaac gave him. He was pissed off because I'm talking about Esau was mad at his brother Jacob because Isaac, our forefather, granted him the blessing. Well, this is it of the end days. He would be rulers, the rulers of the end of the world, and he understood what that meant. He's like, damn, I got to be a piece of shit to the whole world. I got to be viewed as a piece of shit to the entire world. That's what basically he knew he was going to be a wretch, a goddamn thug, a thief, murderer, uh, uh, rapist, Salakia, and a pedophile to boot. And he was like, concerning Jacob, you motherfucker, I'm gonna get your ass. Oh, wait till daddy gone. And I'm done mourning for daddy. And when I see you, nigga, it's on. That's how Esau was looking at Jacob because of the blessing that he got. But that's a whole nother lesson. What we're talking about here is, this man being in the rulership seat in the last days and bringing this technological terror to life. All right? Because he's created a beast within the beast. All right? We're in the beast created Well, we're in this likeness of the beast, which is ancient Rome, and then he's constructed a technological terror within that system to take it to the next level. You know, again, for him to be God, to know everything, which he can't, of everyone at all times, which he can't. That's why he needs the assistance and the aid of these supercomputers, and they store and they, you know, do what they do according to algorithms, certain algorithms. But right, that info on your mark, okay, get set, go, can be picked up or transmitted to other smart devices. So, you know, you go, police pull up, they have the device that scan you. All right. Meanwhile, the supercomputer already got it. But let's say you got a doctor's appointment. He could pull out his smartphone or some other device and pull up information on you. You go to the bank. So that's why they needed it to be transmittable, not only for the computer, but for these other different checks and balances that they're going to have in place, checkpoints. And you heard the lady say, you know, they don't trust papers anymore. Basically, she said they don't trust papers anymore. So there'll be no more papers, please. They just scan. Everything linked to the 5. She even mentioned the 6G. Everything linked through that. So really, you don't even have to be in their presence. All right, a crime is committed. Police have the crime solved before, you know, they come and pick you up. They already know you done it. They're able to do that now through triangulation of through your cell phone to place you at the scene of a crime. So this is where all this shit is going. Now check this out, verse 16. And this is, you know, also what she was going into. And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. So he's going to cause all. And this is what he's doing. All right. Lahaina or Lahaina, Maui, all these are Kelowna, Salakia, Kelowna, Canada. All these another place in Canada was burning. All these places around the world. Now in Greece, well, Greece been having some fires, but Greece having another fire in Alexandropolis is on fire. Alexandropolis. Um, you know, fires all over the world. That's one way. All right, super high inflation to destroy the dollar. That's another way. All these things and these different factors come into play in the grand scheme of things, which is to get you dependent on government, on Big Brother. Big Brother gonna have you. He got the solution already in the cut, waiting. All right, like a big brother, always looking out for you. He got it. He got you covered. All right. He gonna tell you, come get this chip, and we're gonna load you up with credits. All right, which will be tied to your ESG. So, yeah, well, this is how he's going to cause. He's going to force everyone into this system by way of destroying the old. The old system is being destroyed. This is why you're going back into lockdowns again. All right. They're showing you, talking about going back to normal. He wants you to know this is the new norm. This is the new norm. He wants you to know that. So you may see more lockdowns. It'll be more masks. All this, they already, the media is, the hype is already started. So you're seeing it, I'm seeing it. Whoopi missed the preview of View. Whoopi, she out with the CV. Some others I forget who, but they already getting geared for it. So they need the people so beat down, so in distress, so you know sick and tired that they put up little to no fight. And as they offer you this answer to all of your problems, and that's this, verse 16, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. He's going to tell you, receive this mark. And I got you. Trust me. Just get this mark. And you don't have to worry about nothing. All right? And then enter you into permanent servitude, slavery unto this devil and his beast system. You know? So at least under this system, the Lord said that no man shall buy us, Deuteronomy 28:68. But he already had it set up for his son to come back to get us, okay? Which is, he's not coming back as a man. Isaiah 47. He's not coming back to deliver us as a man. But the scripture remains true. The prophecy remains true that no man shall buy us. Now, you enter into this new contract or covenant with this devil, literally no man or God, nor anointed, will buy you. You will be unbuyable or unredeemable by way of the contract that you're entering into by taking this mark. Okay, this devil is all about contracts, shady at that, which is nothing more than a covenant. All right. In this case, you can't be a part of two covenants. In this case, can't be a part of the new covenant and then be covenant to this world or to this beast. All right, in his system, it don't work like that. You just gonna have to die, pay for your mistake if you're stupid enough to take that mark. You're just gonna have to die, then come back, start fresh. Verse 17 says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. All right, she was talking about it'll be your cryptocurrency, your digital currency. That's the way that you're gonna buy and sell, by way of digital currency here in the next few months. All right, we've already been removed from cash. All our debt, pretty much all of our transactions are digital. Well, ain't no pretty much shit. You pay your bills online or over the phone. There ain't no more standing in line. I remember them days. You stood in line to go to a service counter to pay your bills. You had your money and you had your bills with you, and shit, you stood in that line. Some days it was good, or some months, you know, you was in and out maybe 30 minutes, 20 if you was lucky. And some days you were there for a good hour or so, 45 minutes. There's none of that. There's no more of that. There's no more lines at the service counters, no more at the grocery stores or at these other places where you used to go. Everybody paying their bills online. You get paid, digitally. Most of the stuff you do is digital. It's very rare that people do transactions with cash. Now you still do, you still see it. I'm just saying it's rare when that used to be the way. The motto when I was growing up was cash is king. But now, like I said earlier, they're changing the lexicon. No more cash, no more money. It's digital currency. Because at the end of the day, that's what they need you to be, is a current, all right? A current of energy that feeds into their system. And if you go contrary, they will get you in line or you will be removed. All right? So no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. And she even mentioned numbers. All right? And this whole thing is crazy. You know? She said how it's going to be global. She said countries at the beginning of the video. These other countries. So we're dealing with a global system. And your chip, she said they need people to be able to be scanned like any other product. I'm paraphrasing, but just like any other product, like a barcode, and that's what they want. So the same thing that your mark says here in the US, they ship your ass over to, you know, Xi Jinping. Your mark gonna read the same thing. All right, they gonna put your ass in them labor camps, and you better do as you told. All right, that's what's being that's what's being done on the cool. They're setting up the prison state over in China, and that's why you got a lot of Chinese nationals coming over here. They're buying houses. I just posted, you know, a few news articles on one of my posts. My latest post. They come over here and say they're purchasing houses not to invest, because they have been doing buying land and everything for the point of making money in an investment. They said no, 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 to live in. You understand? Why they got it where we can't live due to crime, extremely high prices, you know, extremely inflated economic system. They got it to where we can't live. They got these people come over here, but that's all right because they got somewhere for all you weed smoking, shit talking niggas. All right, they'll ship your ass over to Xi Jinping, and he got some work for you to do. So and that's me speaking as a man. You know, it just makes sense seeing what I've seen uh, in my research. So, last and final verse, Revelation 13 and 18. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. All right. So that, hey, it's just more, man. Like I said, as we get closer to this thing, it's going to be harder and harder for you gainsayers, you scoffers, and you mockers to deny. This is in your face. How you going to deny prophecy when it's in your face? All right. And with that, I'm out. Shalom.